Today on Commander Replay, we're back with some more Arahbo Roar of the World, King of Pride Rock. Can Arahbo defend its territory against trolls, knights, and Grunn? Find out next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. We have 3 new legendary Angel tier Patreon supporters, and they are Tyrant of Ruin, Damon Redwind, and Jojo Mofo 911. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some more King of Pride Rock, Arahbo Roar of the World. Take a look at this opening hand. It's got some lands, it's got some ramp. Only 1 cat, which is a little concerning, but it is a removal cat. I guess that's fine. Last game we had a pretty good draw with ramp, card draw, and pretty much all the things we wanted, so this one might be a little bit less well-rounded for us. Just a lot of ramp in this case, but we can still make use of that mana ramp. So there's an Amulet of Vigor for the Grunn. We are playing last in this game, never a great thing, but we do have some mana ramp to balance out the fact that we're going last. Don't have the removal. 2 things you want to see when you're going last are like mana ramp and removal. If opponents cough out a bunch of stuff before you and then you just ramp your way into a board wipe, that's usually a pretty good way to kind of mitigate the problems of going last. And a Wayfarer's Bauble for the Aryel opponent. We'll bring it back to our turn. A little bit more removal for us. Got a Path to Exile. I guess in this case we're just going to play a green, tap out, and a pass. So once again, we're playing a very low-power game. No mana rocks in this game, no combos, and no single-card finishers like Craterhoof Behemoth, Torment of Hailfire, that sort of stuff. So really watered down in terms of power. So, you know, what I told everyone was synergy is good, combo is bad, is essentially where this game is. And, you know, like to have a nice long game, actually get a look at people's decks and things like that. We are once again playing Arahbo Roar of the World, and this is Cats and Ajani's. As I mentioned in the first video, I wanted to do an Ajani Tribal, and then as I realized you need creatures in an Ajani Tribal deck, that kind of brought me all the way back to Arahbo, and just we're doing Cats and Ajani's, so there we are. Opponent cracks the Wayfarer's Bauble, gets an extra land. There was a Nature's Lore for the Varolz opponent. We draw into a Comeuppance, drawing the removal half of our deck. Kind of awkward. But we'll play the Plains right here and then play a Rampant Growth. Get down to some ramping. We've got a Forest in hand, so I guess we'll get a Plains, make sure we have double white. And pass turn like that. Next turn's probably looking like just the Nissa's Pilgrimage for us, so yep. So Cultivate coming down for the Grunn opponent. Taking a look at what our opponents are playing. First up, we have Catox 2075 piloting Grunn the Lonely King. This is a different version than the one we saw in Game 1, I think. I think this is going to be a more Voltron-centric version of Grunn, and this is essentially going to be Rafik beating us over the head with his staff, so we'll see how that goes. Next up, we have Maru Powell piloting Varolz the Scar-Striped, and I was talking about it before the game. This is a Troll Tribal deck, so I'm interested to see what he's got going. I've never seen Troll Tribal, yeah, I'm very curious to see how things go. So Chaotix lays down an O Naginata. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a Voltron build, so probably a good thing we have the removal. I have a feeling that we'll be needing it. And there's a Guardian Project for the Varolz. Yep. And then finally, we have Dragon Knight 104 piloting Aryel, Knight of Windgrace, and they're going to be doing some Knight Tribal today. Aryel is still one that I haven't seen a lot of success with. Not saying you can't build a good one, I just haven't seen it yet. So maybe someday someone will show me a really good Aryel build, but that's the thing that I'm still trying to keep my eye out for. I personally would still like to build one that really kind of wants to go all in on the tap abilities, but that's not a thing that I've done yet. And with the flood of new commanders coming out, I don't know that I'll actually get to that point, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, we draw into a Cultivate, so catching all the mana ramp now. We'll go for the Cultivate first. Get a Plains and a Forest. Let's put the Plains into play tapped. Forest into our hand. We've already played a land this turn. We leave 1 wide open just in case someone wants to try to hit us real big. I don't plan to use any of our removal right here, but if we really need to, then we will. Not a lot of removal in this deck, so we want to be really selective about when we use it. Yep, there's a Hero's Blade. This is definitely a Voltron build of Grunn. Mask of Memory coming down. Yep, even more Voltron. Anyway, opponent lays down a Telgiad Exile. It's a 2/3 with Regenerate. Yeah, alright. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. There's a Volrath Stronghold for the Aryel. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. This game goes long, they're going to get some creatures back. Always a good thing. There's a Solemn Simulacrum for our opponent. Yep. Nice little bit of ramp and card draw right there. Yep, opponent going to send Aryel our way. We are wide open, so I guess we're just going to take that. Down to 36 we go. And that'll bring it back to our turn. We draw a treetop village. We may play that this turn. I think I'm just going to keep staying on the ramp plan right here. So this one gets us only forest, but we do have spell mastery, so we can grab 3 forests, and we should be good on land drops for a long time after this. So we drop a forest into play. We'll play the treetop village. Anything we can do with 3 mana? Nope. Play the treetop village, and pass the turn like that. We can swords and path if we need to. So opponent's just going to slam their commander. Yep. That's what you do when you play Grunn. It's going to come in, it's going to free equip on the Hero's Blade. Here comes Varolz. Yep. And that'll trigger the Guardian Project. They'll get to draw 1 time. Sure. Probably take a read of this one. It's a pretty interesting card. Doesn't show up all that much in Commander. It says each creature card in your graveyard has Scavenge. The Scavenge cost is equal to its mana cost, and for those that don't remember, Scavenge is exile a creature card from your graveyard and pay its mana cost. Put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to that card's power on target creature. Do it as a sorcery only. And you can also sacrifice another creature to regenerate Varolz. So it's going to deal with +1/+1 counters. I'm expecting to see maybe some things like Doubling Season and Hardened Scales in the deck. At some point, they'll probably try to get some creatures into their graveyard for the Scavenge ability. But kind of an interesting little thing. A card that I've always wanted to play with a bit more, just haven't. But yeah, Scavenge is not the most overpowering, especially when you compare it to like Dredge, which is obviously like the crazy ability in green-black, but I don't know, Scavenge is always kind of cool, especially useful for like limited, but maybe just a touch underwhelming in some of the bigger formats a lot of the time, so I don't know. Here comes the Dauntless Bodyguard, choosing their commander. Yep, that seems good. Opponent also lays down a Vanquisher's Banner, so they do get the card draw from the Dauntless Bodyguard as well. Well, I'm just going to swing back our way again. I still really don't want to use the Path of the Swords on it, like, that is not the biggest, scariest thing that I think is going to be going at this table, so yeah. So that'll bring it back to our turn. There's a Growing Rights of Itlimoc. Wouldn't mind getting that into play at some point. I think the first thing we're going to do is get our commander into play. I do feel like we need some creatures in play. There is a growing number of threats on board. Man, I do want to get the Growing Rights down, but that does mean not leaving up Path or Swords, and that doesn't make me so happy. I'm thinking Growing Rights next turn. I think leaving up Path and Swords is going to be too important to not get crushed by this Grunn or anything else that might happen. So no attacks from us, we'll just pass the turn like that. If Grunn attacks our way, what we'll try to do is we'll try to find a creature with Growing Rights, and then go Kasali Slingers, and then another cat, and blow up some of their equipments. Opponent's going to equip up the Onaganata, yep, and the Mask of Memory. Opponent's going to Beast Within the Aryel, okay, cool, I'm down for that, opponent's going to sacrifice the Bodyguard, give it indestructible. They'll still get a Beast token. Does remove the Bodyguard, though, means puts board wipes back on the table. Probably using on the Vanquisher's Banner, probably a smarter idea, but, you know. So Grunn going to swing into the Trolls. And opponent's going to regenerate their Telgiad Exile. Grunn's going to double their power. Opponent says Rafiki Smash. If opponent were going to die right here, I would Path for them, but as long as they block, they're going to lose about half their life, and I'm okay with that. Opponent will get a Mask of Memory trigger, they'll get to draw some cards. So they go to 19 commander damage, drop down to 21 life. This card's a Strip Mine, yep. It's good news for our Growing Rights of Itlimoc, if we can ever find some creatures to get that going. Here comes a Mirror in the Moaning Well. Opponent's going to Diabolic Tutor, okay, I wonder what they're going for. Fog would not be the worst thing. Ooh, opponent's going to Krosan Grip on the Onaganata. That removes Trample. That seems like a pretty good call. Here comes a Corpse Knight for our opponent. They'll get to draw 1 time. Yep. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. All right. That's not bad for 2 mana. 2 mana, 2/2. It's a zombie and a knight. You can put it in both decks. Pretty sweet. Probably a little bit more relevant in zombies. Knights. Well, I guess if you're in white, you can slam a bunch of tokens. That's a thing. One's going to play a Knight of Malice, has hexproof from white, first strike, and gets +1/+0 as long as any player controls a white permanent, which we do. Ooh, here comes the Silverblade Paladin. That's a good one. That may be worth some removal. It's going to trigger the Corpse Knight. Oh man, we're down to 30 already. Opponent soul bonds with their commander. The commander's got double strike. So Aryel opponent going to send some creatures over to the Grunn. Grunn's going to be taking a hit. We'll probably throw the gate in front of the commander, I would assume, because of the double strike. Yep, going to do just that. And going to take 5 damage from the unblocked creatures. So down to 33 they go. And that'll bring it back to our turn. We draw another land. Not really what I was looking for right there. I was kind of hoping for just a bit of gas. Play the Plains. We have 9 mana, which is enough to go Growing Rights, Kasali, leave up Path and Swords. Seems good. So we'll try the Growing Rights. We've got a Raksha Golden Club. We'll grab that. We do miss into Johnny, and there makes me a little bit sad. But we do skip past some lands and some ramp, which we no longer need this moment in time, so that is also good. We're going to play the Kasali Slingers. Right here, we'll blow up the... I guess we'll go for the Hero's Blade. I guess we're covered against the Hero's Blade. Maybe we go for the Guardian Project. Shut off some card draw. I don't wanna unleash the Knights on us just yet without having Comeuppance mana open, so that's a thing. So Arahbo will trigger on the Slingers. No attacks. Here comes that Incubation Druid back to play. Pretty cool looking card. Opponent's going to use that adaptability, sure. So Grunn staying put this turn, respecting the power of the Knights. Yeah, Knights got some things going. We don't have a board. Well, we've got this Comeuppance. We're probably going to need to think about leaving that up at some point. Here comes a Mossbridge Troll, probably one of the cooler creatures in the game. Not necessarily the most effective, but gets really, really large and automatically regenerates itself. So, I don't know, just a really interesting creature. Doesn't show up all that much, maybe a little overcosted at 7. Just a really Timmy-esque kind of creature, and one that I can get behind. Ooh, here comes a Thalia's Lancers. Things may be getting a little rough right here. Let's see what opponent's getting. Opponent's grabbing a Sword of the Animus, so they just want to keep making their land drops. There are scarier things, but that does propel them nicely into the late game. I'll lay down another Knight right here. Knight of the Ebon Legion. New one out of M20. Haven't seen this one yet. It is 1 mana for a 1/2, pay 3, and gains +3/+3 and gains Death Touch until end of turn. That's not terrible. At the beginning of your end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the Legion. That's a pretty cool card. For 1 mana, that has the ability to scale into the late game, which is really cool. You can give it Death Touch, you can pump it up. As far as Vampire and Knight Tribal decks are concerned, that's a pretty sweet card. And, ooh, that's a Knight Exemplar. Okay, that's worth a Path. Or a Swords. Definitely leaving Comeuppance open next turn. Who are the Knights getting unleashed on? Looks like there's going to be a Solemn Simulacrum coming our way. I'll block that to not take the damage, give him the card draw. Grunn's going to be taking a big hit. Yeah, we're going to block the Solemn Simulacrum. Down to 26 already. Don't really want to be taking any more. Opponent's going to throw the Incubation Druid in front of the Aryel. Opponent's going to throw the Mosswart Bridge in front of the Knight of Malice. So if we swords the Knight Exemplar, then the Troll would trade with... No, because the first strike would still regenerate. Okay. We'll just keep sitting on removal then. Solemn Simulacrum will die. And the Knight of the Ebon Legion will get a +1 counter on it. Yep. We draw another land. That's really not what I was looking for, but... Oh, man. So play the Savannah. We're 1 short of Raksha, the Golden Club, and Comeuppance, so I think that means we're just sitting on Comeuppance. Yeah, I don't think there's any real reason to attack anywhere. Actually, well, Slingers is a 6/8. If we attack into opponent and then double it, it'll be 12. And how many things have first strike? They don't have any mana up. Okay, so they can't give Death Touch. That's good. That one's got double strike. That's kind of relevant. But I think we try to provoke the Knights into us. So send the Kasalis in. Arahbo will trigger. We'll pay for the Arahbo ability. Double it up. See if opponent wants to block. Ooh, it's got Trample. Trample's good. Ooh, gonna throw their Commander in front. Commander with Thalia's Lancers and Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay. We've got a chance to clean some stuff out right here. So definitely gonna want to take that. We've got 12 damage to work with. I think we put the Ebon Legion up front. That one actually has a lot of scaling that it can do. And then we'll go Lancer second. The Commander, they can always recast it, so I'm not super into like trying to kill that one. Let's get rid of Silverblade. Then we're going to get rid of Exemplar right here. That one can definitely be an issue. So now we're going to be trading some stuff, and then this should entice them to come into our Comeuppance. So opponent loses 2 creatures. We have reduced the size of the Knight army. And... oh, somehow our commander survived. Was Exemplar giving +1? Exemplar was giving +1. Our creature survived. Nice. Not our commander, rather, but just our creature. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oop, here comes the Hammer of Nazan for the Grunn opponent. Let's see where they want to go. We have not attacked them yet. We also haven't blown up any of their stuff, so maybe they'll be incentivized to go somewhere else. We did just reduce the size of the Knight Army a bit. Alright, Grunn going to do some attacking into the Aryel. I'm down for that. It's going to double its power and toughness. No trample currently, but still big. We'll probably just eat the beast token. It's a 2014. Yep, opponent gonna throw the beast in front. The beast goes down, no damage gets through, lack of trample. Ooh, and Grunn's just gonna tap out and pass, nothing to do with that mana. So they're gonna be looking for someone to hit with that Mask of Memory. Spoils of Victory. Search your library for a land, essentially, put it onto the battlefield. Yeah. Trolls of Tel Gilad. Another 5/6 regenerating troll, a creature I've run in the past in some decks a very long time ago when I was younger. 5/6 regenerate, it's not terrible. Don't actually know how we're getting through that. That's a thing. No attacks for the troll opponent. So this one can pay to regenerate, that one can pay to regenerate, that one regenerates on its own. Not too bad. See what the Knights want to do right here. Let's see if they come our way after... No, actually Grunn is wide open. That's the thing that could happen. Opponent does have a Volrath Stronghold, which they can get back to Thalia's Lancers. That's a pretty good option. Find their way into more legendary stuff. I'm going to lay down a Memorial to Folly. You can sacrifice it to return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It's okay. There's a bit of a cost when it comes in tapped, but, you know, in a lower power game like this, totally fine. Totally fine. Vigilance and Extort, Knight of Obligation. Yeah. Our 3 life totals are starting to dwindle a bit, so Extort, relevant. Opponent gets to draw a card with the Vanquishers. And we'll all lose a life. Yeah, they got a thing going on. They got some stuff going on over there. So, this is already one of the better Aryel builds that I've seen. Probably still a bit weak to a board wipe, although they did have Knight Exemplar down there, but we did take care of that. And Valiant Knight, yep, here it comes. Opponent has the ability to extort, and Vanquisher's Banner. Let's see if they pay for the extort. They will. So each opponent loses 1 life, down to 24. Let's see where the Knights are going. Who's going to hit Grunn for 10 and 5 into the Trolls? Opponent can just block with that one. Opponent says he's going to let me decide the fate of Chaotix. Opponent gonna lose that? Yeah, opponent just blocks with this one. Seems like yeah, that wasn't a great attack for our opponent. Puts the Grunn to 6, and that'll bring it back to our turn. From a time management standpoint, I should attack Chaotix, but Chaotix and I don't really have any beef this game, so I'm just gonna let him keep straggling along. We draw another land. Ouch, we are hurting on the lands. We think we need to shuffle our library. Play the fetch, crack the fetch. Think that is what we need. Let's get the Canopy Vista. We're going to play the Raksha. And we have 4 open mana for our comeuppance. Definitely time to shoot the Vanquisher's Banner. That's been doing a little bit too much work. Use the Slinger's ability. Vanquisher's Banner down. And we're just going to sit on the comeuppance. I don't think any real attacks for us this turn. I think Chaotix will definitely go to one of the other 2 opponents, which will help us out. We're not in the best position right here, really. We have the comeuppance, but after that, we are kind of thin. We have not found any of our card draw. We really need to find some of that. Opponent's going to draw a card with the Arch. Sure. It's a Forebear's Blade. Has Vigilance and Trample. Those are relevant. Does not have a free equip, though. Not enough mana to... Oh, they've got a Hammer. It does have a free equip. How about that? All right, let's see where they're going to point the Lonely King. Chaotix says, time for a tickle fight. Let's see where he's going. Says Rafiki serves Mufasa. Yep. It's got Vigilance now. That's pretty good. Oh, that's going to be a Swords. We'll gain him some life back, but probably going to be in some trouble if he's wide open on board. Does gain 13 life backs, puts him back to 19, but if the Trolls want to attack his way, which they might, they put him to 14 and 19 Commander, then there's certainly enough power on board to finish him off. But actually, this is good. So the fact that we left Grunn alive, that means a Swords got used, not against us. So that's pretty relevant. Opponents might be tapped out in weird ways when our turn comes back. Here comes a Force of Savagery. Go straight to the graveyard. Oh, yep, gonna be oh, that's gonna be a good scavenge creature. Good old Future Sight gives you an 8/0 trample. You gonna scavenge that for 3? That's a 10/10 commander. Yep. Opponent does have Yavimaya Hollow in play, so they can regenerate their commander also. So it's kind of cool. Kind of got like a regenerating theme going on. I like that. Pretty spicy little build out of our opponent. Let's see what they want to do attack-wise. Comeuppance would probably not be the... Oop, they're just going to stay put. They going to stay put. I believe, unless the Knights have something really big right here, we may have reached the stalemate portion of the game, where no one really has anything to push through with. Here comes Sword of the Animist. Yep. Opponent's going to extort one time. Yep. Gonna equip the sword. Sure. Ooh, that's an Alenda, the Dusk Rose. That's a good one. That's a very good one. Opponent extorts one more time. It means a board wipe is not lights out against them. We're down to 20. Extort's starting to get us there. Wouldn't mind seeing something with lifelink on it. Regal Caracal would be probably a good pickup. Where are the Knights going? Ooh, gonna send Aryel our way. Each player is getting attacked by 1. Okay. Aryel, opponent's gonna get a sword trigger. I think we're just gonna go to 14. That's not the attack I was hoping for with the comeuppance right there. So I guess we're just gonna keep sitting on that. Hope we can find a Johnny or something to pump our stuff. Or also, actually, the perfect draw right here would be exactly Nazan, because Nazan would get the hammer. We could put the hammer on Raksha, and that would flip over the growing rights. That would all be a good sequence of events. Plus, we'd get the Kasali's trigger. He'll blow up the Sword of the Animist. Looks like opponent's going to lose their Corpse Knight in this attack. Ooh, opponent's up to 49. That's going to be a bit of a mountain to climb. Gets a counter on the Dusk Rose. Yup. We go down to 14. Ooh, do we have 15 Commander on us? We do, in fact, have 15 Commander on us. Can't take any more hits from Aryel. Sky Shroud Claim is so not what we want. So, play a Forest. Play the Sky Shroud Claim. Let's get more lands. Get the Temple Garden tapped. So one thing that we could do, we could kind of try to use our commander like a piece of removal right here. Where, how much mana do we have? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our commander would be 7 to recast. I think we're just staying put this turn. Next turn, we can think about doing that, where we can just send our commander into something, send it into the Knights and force them to block. Actually, if we send in the Slingers and double them up, that'd be 16 toughness. Opponents got 6, 9, 12, exactly 16. They'd have to trade in everything. It's not the worst trade I've ever seen. We'd be going like 1 for 3, 1 for 4, or something like that, but we'd lose the Slingers. I think the Slingers are too valuable. Give ourselves a chance to draw one more thing. Here comes a Green Sun Zenith X5. Opponent's going to crack a Myriad Landscape. I don't know what you go for right here. Opponent's going to go for an Acidic Slime. Let's see what they're going after. Going to go after the Sword of the Animist. I am down for that. I was thinking about that. That might be a reasonable option as well because, they can put Hammer of Nazan on it, so now they'll have an indestructible Death Toucher, which means that they'll be losing stuff if they try to come in. It's not an awful play. Makes it costly for for anyone to swing into them. The Trolls all regenerate, so the Trolls can take them out if they want to, but I think right now we're all trying to climb this the mountain that the Knights have that the Knights are sitting on top of right now. Another regenerating Troll. It's a 1/1. I'm liking this deck. This is a cool deck. Get some board wipes in there, and then, they're all going to be one-sided because your stuff all regenerates. Opponent lays down a Gravity Well. Whenever a creature with flying attacks, it loses flying until end of turn. Doesn't appear to be an issue this game. Very surprising. I do like my Flyers. It's one of my favorite creature abilities, so Gravity Well is something that's really bad against decks that I play most of the time, but we are okay. We are playing a ground-based deck today. Let's see what the Knights are going to do. I'm surprised they haven't used this Volrath Stronghold yet. Maybe they just forgot about it. The Corpse Knight's pretty good. Getting Thalia's Lancers back seems really good. The Bodyguard, also pretty good. I'm really surprised they haven't used that one. Gravity Well, opponent says Gravity Well is in the deck because it looks like a bridge. It does look like a bridge. Trolls live under bridges. Opponent going to play an Attendant Knight. Enters battlefield, create a 1/1 soldier token. Sure. Ooh, down to 13. Yeah, the Extort's getting us. Really hope we don't draw another land this turn. We're probably going to have to think about doing some stuff. Like I talked about, we can use Arahbo to go in, try to go in kind of hard. Try to use Arahbo like a removal spell. Since we have a lot of mana, I can recast it. Skulking Knight, flanking. Whenever it comes to target of spell or ability, sacrifice it. Okay. Opponent's going to return to dust on, the Hammer of Nazan and the Amulet. Okay. They're gonna try to take Grunn out of the game right here. Yeah, a lot of these still going in with 1/3/5. It is the Extort one, so I hope they trade it. Yes. Okay, the Extort creature going down. That's good news. Oop, Alenda gets more counters on it. Yeah, that seems good. All right, we need a big draw right here. Rishkar's Expertise would be pretty good. Big draw. It's a Thaumatic Compass. Helps us well, we can thin our deck. That's a thing that we can do. Play the Thaumatic Compass. We can protect ourselves a little bit too, which is going to be relevant here in a second. We have 15 lands. We have found almost half of our lands in the top 30 cards of our deck. That seems bad. Seems real bad. So, like I talked about, we're going to try to use our commander like removal right here. So, Arahbo on the Slingers. Opponent does have 7 power. Okay, yeah. So we'll swing into the Knights. Oh, Arahbo doesn't target itself? Awesome. Awesome. Yep, that other ability is also whenever another cat. I thought just the first one was another cat, but yeah, there we go. Not even gonna have to recast our commander. Taking down this token. Watch it go down. Another counter on the Alenda. And looks like we're passing the turn like that. Opponent plays a Dryad Arbor. Nice. That is a blocker. Gonna play a Brass Squire. Yep. Gonna draw with the Arch. Sure. I think the Trolls are ready to probably start getting busy on their turn, although I don't know, maybe they don't want to upset the balance just yet, but they can't be too far away from pumping up this Mosswart Bridge Troll and just going in. It doesn't have Trample naturally, so I guess that's a bit of an issue. Death Reap Ritual. At the beginning of each end step, if a creature died, draw a card. Seems good. Opponent sacrifice the Odious Tro to the Mirror and the Moaning Well. Gonna gain some life. Go back up to 10. Yeah, that'll get him a card draw with the Death Reap Ritual. They'll scavenge. Put it onto the Trolls of Tel Gilad. Yeah. Leaves up some mana for regenerating. See if they want to do some attacking. Nope. Not at all interested. And they get to draw a card. Sounds good. Knights still have a lot of life, a lot of creatures, and the most cards in the hand of any player. Plus the Volrath Stronghold is, you know, sort of like card advantage. It's like half card advantage. You can control what's going on top of your library. There's definitely value in that, so... Especially when you got Athalia's Lancers in there. You got something that gives indestructible. Oh, here we go. Knights you control gain double strike until end of turn. Oh, let's see who they want to take out. Oh, opponent going into the Trolls. Yeah, the Trolls are getting pretty scary. I'm okay with this. They don't have lifelink, right? Lifelink would be an issue. No lifelink as of yet. See what the Trolls got for them. Gonna do some regenerating. Regenerate the commander. Yep. I think we can get through the Knights easier than we can get through the Trolls. The Trolls all regenerate, which seems so bad for us. And they just get, like, really, really big. So it's just hard to plow through. The Knights are going to be smaller with Double Strike, which is slightly more manageable for us, I think. Opponent's going to block the Valiant Knight. That seems like a good call. See if we can get that one out of the picture. Flanking's going to kick in. Yep. Opponent's going to plus the Mosswart Bridge. Is going to be a 20-20. Cool. So it looks like opponent's going to hit them for 6. The Trolls survive at 7. Alenda goes down. Is going to make a crap load of tokens. But some of the bigger Knights went down. The command Aryel's down. Ooh, 8 tokens is a bit. They do have lifelink. Oop, that's a Bloodcraze Paladin. That's going to be huge. Well, I guess it's only a 4/4. Okay. Well, it's still a 4/4. Nothing to sneeze at. Opponent's going to put a creature back on top. It's going to be the Valiant Knight. Yep. Set up to recast Valiant Knight and give everything double strike again next turn. Death Reap Ritual will trigger. That'll bring it back to our turn. Ugh, Pearl Medallion, more mana ramp. Yup. Yep, no reason for us to go anywhere. I mean, I guess we could take the Troll opponent out, but I feel like the Troll opponent's going to be a good tool. I feel like the Troll opponent's still going at the Knights, so gonna keep passing. Hope we draw into some card draw at some point. Here's a Green Sun Zenith X4. It came back. See what he's getting this time. It's, ooh, a Goreclaw. Spicy. Yeah, it'll help recast their commander. Does give things trample. Seems like a great call right there. Gonna put some equipments onto it. Hero's Blade gets a free equip, and use the Brass Squire to put the Forebear's Blade on it. It's a 10/5. Cool. Horn Troll coming into play. Yep, it regenerates. I like this deck. I want to build this deck. Shamanic Revelation, gonna draw a card for each creature they control. That's huge right now. Opponent draws 4 cards. I would love to draw 4 cards. With everyone as low as they are, that is a big pickup. If they catch any kind of gas, they're going to be able to do some work. They gain some life back, too. They're up to 16. There's a lot left, Troll. Yep, more generating action. Trolls and Knights are definitely in the lead. Mosswart is scary. Like, it can get huge. It can get huge. Trolls don't have Trample yet, and that seems like the big thing that they're lacking. Well, the Lotleth can get Trample. Unfortunately, pumping it up is a bit difficult, but if they use the Scavenge ability, they've got... What do they have in the graveyard? They could get it bigger. They've got this 2/3 that looks like about it for now. Here comes the Valiant Knight. It's coming back. Here comes Aryel. Yeah. Not going to do the double strike thing this turn, though. See what kind of attacking they want to do. No attacking. Oh, boy. Well, we have stalemated now. Opponent saying I get someone down and they come right back up. We draw Path of Ancestry. Play the Path of Ancestry. Yep. Yep, we're just going to pass. Just going to pass. Opponent's going to draw with the Arch. Yeah. That seems great at this point in the game. Would love to have an Arch. Like, next turn, I'll sacrifice Arahbo into something just to get a scry with the Path. 3 visits for opponent getting a land. Mirror Adapter gets +1/+1 for each equipment attached to it. Okay. You can put the mask on it, sure. Use the Brass Squire to flip the mask over to the Goreclaw if they want to at some point. No attacks. Yeah, can't really get through anything. We'd be the best target, honestly, but we still have the Spires, so... Here comes a Prowling Serpapod. Sure. Can't be countered. Creatures can't be countered. Here comes a Harvester Troll. Opponent's going to get to Scry. Enters the battlefield. You may sacrifice creature or land. If you do, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Opponent looking for True Conviction off the top. Aren't we all? I mean, he's got the double... doesn't have lifelink, but he's got double strike in that thing, so... those aren't knights, so those won't get double strike. No attacks from the trolls. Opponent's going to scavenge the Serpapod. Lotlet Troll now a 6/5. Yeah, start getting that thing pumped up. He'll start pushing through. And opponent will get to draw with the Death Reap Ritual. Yep. Opponent's going to Memorial to Folly, getting back the Alenda. Oh, boy. Yep, Alenda is pretty good. Ooh, hey, that's a Basilisk Collar. Here comes Alenda. Yep. You put Basilisk Collar on the Attended Knight. Opponent going pretty much full scale into the Trolls. Okay. Let's see where this ends up. Opponent gonna regenerate some stuff. This opponent gonna do some blocking. Flanking will trigger. Alenda will trigger. Opponent at 81. Alenda has now got 5 counters on it. Death Reap Ritual will trigger. So some tokens go down, some knights go down. The trolls seem to be mostly fine. Back to our turn. Big draw, big draw, big draw. Another land. Oh my. Play the land. Play the land. I'm going to swing Arahbo into the knight's opponent. See what they do about it. Opponent's going to block with Alenda. Yep. Arahbo will go back to the command zone. This going perfectly how I planned. Recast Arahbo. Oh, I forgot to use the scry thing. Shoot the Basilisk Collar. Yep, this is what happens when you sit idly for turns on end. Doing nothing. So we shoot the Basilisk Collar down. Opponent gonna recast their commander with Kicker. Grunn coming back. Croson Grip on the Death Reap Ritual. Okay, yeah, that's good. That probably does need to get blown up at some point, and I didn't want to do it because I don't want the trolls attacking me. So in 31 cards, we've drawn 3 cats. Actually, make that 2 cats. We've drawn 2 cats. One of them was in our command zone. Here comes Tel'Jalad, Life Breather. Can sacrifice forest, regenerate target creature. Cool. Opponent gets a scry. It's Cabal Stronghold. That'll make a bunch of extra mana. Opponent down to 2 cards, though. Opponent can make a Knight token. Yep. Here comes... Ooh, that's Knight Captain of Eos. That is a fog on a stick. How many soldiers do they have? I think just the 3 soldiers for now, but with Volrath, that's a bit of an issue. That's going to be tough to beat in this situation. No attacks from opponent. We finally draw a creature. What do we shoot? We're going to make sure that we use the Path of Ancestry this time, because we forgot to do that all last time. Play the Adorned Pouncer. We will get a scry. Opponent could use Volrath's Stronghold. What are they getting? Thalia's Lancers. Yeah, those are a good one. Its command tower definitely to the bottom. Way too many lands. Opponent going to move the Forebear's Blade. Okay. Get us a solid trigger. This is a May. We'll just target our Medallion and say no. Not really looking to make enemies, and nothing to blow up on the Knight opponent, so we go to the end step. Growing Rites of Itlimoc will flip over. Opponent's going to draw with the Arch. Sure. Can play a Rampant Growth. Going to play a Colossus Hammer. Yeah, that makes things real big. Going to attach the Colossus Hammer. Okay. So actually, the Knight opponent only has 1 white mana open, which means that if Grunn goes in real hard right here, they won't have the mana open to prevent a big attack from the trolls. Oh, well, okay. Grunn's deciding to swing into the trolls. I don't know how well this is going to work out for them. Troll opponent tapping up a bunch of mana. Let's see what this is all about. Tribal Unity. Creatures of the chosen type get +X/+X until end of turn. What? That's funny. I don't know why they would do it now, though. Opponent pumps up the Moss Wart. It's a 31. I don't know why opponents spent their Tribal Unity right there, though. It's 26. Yeah, it's 26 power. Like, it's not... With all the trolls and all the regenerate they had more than enough to block that. Okay. Oh, I see. Grunn's a 52 now. Okay. Maybe that was necessary, but even still, they had a lot of blocking. So Grunn goes down, and they're in a bad position now. I would assume that they're probably gonna... Someone will probably take them out in this next turn cycle. Someone's gonna do some regenerating, sure. Can do more regenerating. More regenerating. Even more regenerating. Do they have a board wipe? More regenerating? Yep. Pretty sure everyone's got regeneration now. That one automatically. And there's a destroy all non-enchantment creatures. What do we need to do? We probably don't need to do anything, right? I am sad we are losing some good stuff. Oh, Alenda gets a lot of triggers on it. They will clear the board out, though. The Knights will be able to rebuild. All the Trolls get tapped out because of the regeneration shield triggers. But next turn, they'll probably be able to start having their way with people. Trolls may die to the Knights. Okay. Ooh, that does get rid of the Knight Captain of Eos, but they can still get it back with Volrath's Stronghold. No, only 7 tokens. Trolls would survive. Would put them to 3, though. Here's Thalia's Lancers. Getting... Chroma's Memorial will be an issue. Gets an Arvad the Cursed. Could be worse. Here comes Arvad the Cursed. See if the Knights can do some attacking. There's no blockers out. Going into the Trolls. Okay. Wolf Spires 1. They go down to 4. Oh, we draw a Misty. Play the Misty. Crack the Misty. So many lands. There are 3 forests left in the deck. Now 2. So let's cast our commander. Use the Path of Ancestry. Get a Scry. Swiftfoot Boots. No, we don't need Swiftfoot Boots. We need threats. We'll play the Adorned Pouncer. Or we'll Eternalize it, rather. And we'll pass turn like that. Now, a 4/4 with Double Strike could actually get, like, something done. Opponent gonna recast Grunn. Yep. I believe that was with Kicker. It was. Hero's Blade will get attached. The Trolls can potentially make a really big move right here. I'm curious to see where they want... I'm curious to see who they want to try to kill. They could easily go wide on Grunn. The Knights, they don't have enough damage yet to go past the Knights, but they could certainly get in for a big hit if they wanted. Ooh, that's a Journey to Eternity. We don't have anything we can do about that. Opponent can just sacrifice it. Okay, yep, that's a thing that they can do. That is a thing that they can do. Trolls probably starting to get the upper hand here. Yep, gonna give Trolls +20/+20. Opponent can gain 20 life back. That seems good. That seems really good. Gonna make it 40. Gonna sacrifice it, gain 45 life. Ooh, that's a problem. Yep, probably... Well, there is 19 commander damage on the Trolls. Yep, opponent gonna use the Atzal Cave of Eternity, getting back the Tel Jalad Exile. There's a chance that maybe we should have killed the Trolls. Although, I guess Grunn still got a chance. That would have 26. If they put that on there, yeah, that's still really big. Oh, that's a Door of Destinies. Oh, that's good. That is a problem. Here comes the Knight of Grace, counter on the Door of Destinies. Opponent's out of cards. Can still activate the Volrath Stronghold, though. Yep, gonna use the Volraths. Probably the Knight Captain. Ooh, the Knight of Obligation. Oh, Knight of Obligation is bad. That is the one with Extort. And we do not have life to... Our life total's pretty low, so Extort, not great news for us. Opponent sending everything into the Trolls. Okay. Opponent gonna do some blocking. The Knights lose a bunch of stuff. The Trolls take very little damage and go to 42. Oh my, that's a Zendikar Resurgent. That is helpful. We just need to recast our commander. Alright, so Arahbo is going to trigger on the Adorned Pouncer. That'll become a 7/7. We can get a little bit of damage in. Trolls are still too big for that, but we can get a little damage into the Knights. Is it worth it, though? No, I'd rather save that mana, honestly. So we're going to attack into Chaotix. They're just going to give us a little block right there. Let our commander go back to the command zone. Let's get this Zendikar Resurgent into play. Recast our commander. Make sure we get the Scry. So, casting Arahbo, we'll put the card draw on the bottom, the Scry first. Try to hit our way into another creature. It's a land. Definitely get rid of that. And we draw a land. Because of course. And we'll just continue to keep sitting and doing nothing, like we've been doing all game. So we're going to put Forebear Blade on the Grunn. Grunn's got 16 power. Put the hammer on the Grunn. Grunn's got 26 power. And here comes a Burnished Heart. Gonna swing that into the trolls. Just needs to get 2 commander damage in. It's gonna be interesting with this Mosswort troll hanging around. It's got 52 power. I don't know if I don't think opponent's got 52 toughness of blocking right here. It says Final Smash activated. I don't know. We'll see. Opponent's been getting really wild with that Mosswort Bridge troll. +20 on the troll. It's 25, 33, 35. I think this is lethal. Opponent missed that one. Yeah, it takes him down. 37 commander damage. Gets a Mask of Memory trigger. That's a huge trigger right here. Everyone's so low on cards. Any card draw you can get is massive. So that's turn 17. Here's the Extort Knight. That's real bad news for us. Opponent sends in everything into Grunn. Okay. See how this goes. I don't feel well suited to take down either of these opponents. Although, we're probably slightly better. Yeah, we are more well suited to go wide against Grunn. Then the Knights are a bit of an issue for us. The Knights are up to 113. Grunn down to 8. We're going to activate the Volrath Stronghold. Getting, looks like Valiant Knight? I would be getting the Knight Captain of Eos all day. Just all day. Brings back to our turn. We need a creature. It's a land. Oh my god, that hurts. That hurts so bad. So we do the same thing with Arahbo we did last turn. Now we can actually put a little bit of damage on Dragon Knight, so I think we're going to do that. So we've got 14 double strike going into the Knight opponent. It's a little bit. Opponent will block our Arahbo once again. So we put the Knight opponent back to 99. 85, actually. Our commander goes down. Recast our commander. Draw on the bottom, scry on the top. There's an Oath of Ajani, not what we need. There's a cat that can get the loop going for us. Play Jazal Goldmane. There's a Sylvan Library. That's helpful. Play the Sylvan Library. Oh, I forgot to use a +1 counter thing on the Opal Palace. This would actually be the time to use it, since we have just all the mana. With Jazal and Arahbo, we may actually be able to, like, punch through for real damage at some point. Oh, the Sylvan Library could be so good if we untap. Actually, we're pretty well covered against Grunn with the Spires right now. As long as they don't get hexproof, we're pretty much safe. They're going to draw a card. Okay. Ooh, there's a Garruk's Pack Leader and a Dawn Treader Elk. Okay, opponent just getting some creatures to go wide. Get themselves some blockers. Yep, opponent can attack us. All right, all right. See how that's going. We're going to use the Thaumatic Compass on them. Opponent says there can be... What a twist! So Grunn is removed from combat, and we are safe for another day. Here comes Valiant Knight. Ooh, and an Extort trigger. Yep, yep. And I think if we get the opportunity, if opponent taps out a bunch of creatures right here, I think we swing into the Knight opponent really hard. With Jazal's ability, all the mana that we have, and Arahbo's ability, that seems pretty crazy. We might be able to get the commander lethal. That's... Oh, no, because Arahbo doesn't... Arahbo can't trigger itself. Blah. Opponent's going to give Knights they control double strike. Yep. Knights they control have double strike. Ooh, opponent sending a lot of stuff into the Grunn. I don't know if they have enough blockers for that. They've all got double strike. Think? No. Will they? Are they going to survive? All right, let's see what's left after this. Sacrifice the Dawn Treader Elk. Get a land. They go to 5. Knights lose stuff. Okay. We're going to have to try to go for a really big attack right here. That's a Nazan. Oh. Use the Sylvan Library. What do we have? We have a Behemoth Sledge. That's some very important lifelink. Put the Windswept Teeth back on top. Draw the Behemoth Sledge. Oh, we got some things to do this turn. Cast Nazan. I'm not going to use the Path of Ancestry because of all the searching right here. Get a Zendikar Resurgent trigger. Draw the land. Get the hammer. Put the hammer on... What is the hammer going on? That one's got double strike. That'll gain us a lot of life. Yeah, put that on there. Double strike seems like the way we don't lose right here. Play the Behemoth Sledge. Get the free equip. Oh, hey, that'll tap down their only blocker. So right now that's an 8/6 with double strike. If we use Jazal's ability, that would we could get +4, potentially get +5. 5. And then Arahbo's ability would make it, so it'd be +5, that's 13, plus 2 plus double up is 26. So that's 26 double strike. That gains us a lot of life. That seems really good. Let's play the land. Question is, I can't decide whether it's worth all the mana to use the Treetop Village or not. Probably not. Probably just because that's like 3 mana. We could just activate Jazal again. Yeah. Arahbo on Adorned Pouncer. Everything into Dragon Knight. Arahbo and Nazan will trigger. Uh-oh. Game's having trouble. Tap down the Valiant Knight. Activate Jazal. I don't think I've ever been able to activate Jazal before. This is very exciting. Activate Jazal again. And I think we'll do one more. The Knight gets tapped down. Arahbo's ability will trigger. Start paying some white. Arahbo's ability will trigger once again. This is 40 with double strike. Whoo, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Completely forgot about the, we had the Itlamok right there that we could have used. We have green floating, can't do much about that. Boom, so we take the Knights down from 90 life. They go to -30. We just did 120 damage. All that mana we've drawn, plus the Zendikar Resurgent with Jazal Goldmane. Whoo, that is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, I'm feeling good about our chances right here. We can just, as long as I don't get hexproof on this Grunn, we are in fantastic shape. Plus, I think we only need like one turn right here. Opponent's going to draw a card. Here comes a Wayward Swordtooth, sure. And we're back up to 86 life. I mean, this will kill us with commander damage, so like life isn't so relevant. But it does prevent us from dying to just like random stuff. I mean, there's a Sword of Fire and Ice. Now, granted, you know, we're probably going to Compass. Oh, yep, they're going to put the sword on the Garrix. Okay, okay. Yeah, that does spice things up a bit. But yeah, I mean, that keeps us from dying to just like sword triggers. So, yeah. Whew. Nazan, Hammer, Lifelink, Double Strike. Yeah, feeling that. Opponent's ending both. Yep. They can't kill any of our creatures with the Sword of Fire and Ice trigger. Make sure we Spires on their commander right here. We could Comeuppance, but I'm just going to keep saving that. We've been holding on to that for 19 turns. I'm not about to burn it just yet. I can't believe holding this thing up all game. Just opponents haven't wanted to attack into us. I mean, also we weren't doing anything. There was like, we were not the imminent threat, so there was also that. But yeah, just sitting on a Comeuppance for 19 turns, probably going to be 20 when it comes back. Opponent will get some card draw with Sword and Mask, but ooh, here comes a Truth and Justice. That one's a little late to the party. Back to our turn, Sylvan Library trigger. We finally draw a Planeswalker. We're going to pay 4 life because we haven't been looking at cards all game, and we've got lots of life now. That one will get tapped. Opponent's at 5. Yeah, I don't think we need to do too much right here. Just do some attacking. Put the Arahbo trigger on this Pouncer. Attack with everything. Arahbo will trigger 3 times. Tap down their commander. Use the ability. Yeah, we don't need to pay for this. We should be good. Opponent's going to block. And down they go. Wow. I can't believe we won that. Cannot believe we won that. If you asked me 10 turns ago, I thought we were just for sure going to lose that game. Like, we had nothing. We had nothing all game. Just so much nothing. We had, like, all of our lands. We drew all of our lands. Could not find cats. Could not find a Johnny's. Finally catching something at the end. Jazal Goldmane and Nazan. And also the Pouncer. The Pouncer really pounded out some damage with the double strike. Whew. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have much else to say about that one. We didn't draw cards like we needed to. There's a ton of card draw in the deck, or at least a pretty good amount, with the Planeswalkers, with Soul's Majesty. We got Rishkar's Expertise to get Rishkar's Expertise, Seasons Past to get some stuff back, and Zendikar Resurgent, which we finally saw, but took us forever to find anything. So anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that video. Just a super long and grindy game. Kind of a lot of back and forth. The Knights were in the lead for a long time. Then the trolls started to become an issue, and I started to regret the fact that like I had an opportunity to take them out at one point, which I did not. And I thought that might have been the end for us, but everyone else kind of ganged up on them. So just hanging back all game and waiting for some stuff to show up to finally make the big move. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.